Okay, all right, guys. So tonight is our Sunday night Dream Team planning. And every Sunday night we get together, we spend about 30 to 40 minutes, and we try to plan out our upcoming week. So this is probably our 6th or 7th week of this now. So I'm going to take a slightly different approach at how we do our IAMs and also how we go about our week, and we'll just see if it works. We'll see if it helps anybody. I think that's the best thing we can all do is try to be creative with our time. So first thing I want to make sure everybody has is your blank 54321 or your blank calendar, your pen and paper, whatever it is that you use. You may also need a second device. I know I do because I'm doing this on my computer, and I'm going to need my phone to get into the cloud. So I'm going to start off with a real quick quote. You know what? I wrote the quote down, but I didn't write down who wrote it. Oh, well. We'll say anonymous. Okay. So anyway, the quote is, "The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine." The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. So this is not mind-boggling, but it is so important. You can really look at your routine and know why you are where you are. I do this a lot with my clients at fitness. How you live your life daily is going to be reflected in your health and wellness. And so what I want you guys to do really quickly is I want you to jot down your ideal day. So for example, if you're like, okay, my ideal day would be that I get up at 5 a.m. and I have the house all to myself for half an hour to read, and then I would make myself breakfast, and then I would maybe go for a workout, and like whatever your ideal day. And you can make this your ideal day now, so maybe some of you don't work from home and you would love to get up a little early. Still put that in there. I want you to quickly jot down your ideal day. So I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to do that. I'm gonna do it too. If you're just joining us, we're writing down, just jotting down some highlights of what our ideal day would be. I just had to write down something that is ideal in function, but not like something I totally would want to do, but I know I need to do. Okay, so while you guys are still writing those down, I'm going to explain to you why I had you do this. We talk about our IAMs a lot, like a lot. I want you to look at your ideal day that you just came up with, and I want you to base your IAMs for the week off of that ideal day. So for example, if you said, if you said your ideal day would be that you wake up early, I am waking up at ... whatever it is you're going to fill in the blank. If you said, I would exercise in the morning, I am exercising, I am walking, I am running, I am lifting weights at XYZ. Put a time down, like actually put some times to this. The one I was chuckling at was that I would do book work first. I absolutely hate book work. It makes my skin crawl. It made me laugh writing it out. So I would have to do, and I am doing my book work first. So what I mean by book work is like Quicken, QuickBooks, that kind of thing before I dive into anything else. So based on your ideal day, that's where your IAMs are going to come from for the week. And I just want you to see if that helps you a little bit. Because I know that we do a lot of like big picture IAMs, and I love big picture IAMs, but based on the quote, the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. To get to my big IAM, I need to be living my ideal day every day, where I'm doing what I need to be doing and want to be doing every single day to make the big picture happen. So that's how I want you to tackle your IAMs this week. And with that, I'm going to kind of kick off into our week. So we have a lot going on this week. If you are part of actually my team, the Dream Team, we have our team Zoom tomorrow night. So I've got that on the calendar. We have an auto ship this Friday, but prior to that, on the 24th, we have the launch of Sculpt. So when you are looking at your IAM, or your, not IAMs, when you're looking at your reach outs for the week, I want you to start thinking about what's coming up. Le-Vel has literally changed our life by coming up with the auto ship category on our reports for the customers. I mean, I don't even know how to make a sentence. It makes me so flippin' excited. So for those of you that don't know, go to your customer list, like under the My Team to customers, scroll over to where you see the, like in the heading, it says next auto ship. If you click that twice, it'll put them in order of when they're coming out next. So that's the first thing I want you to do right now. Go into your cloud. Should be doing this with you. You're going to go into your cloud. We're going to go into our report, not our reports. We're going to go into My Team. Okay, My Team. Down to customers. You're going to scroll over to the header to where it says next auto ship. You're going to click that twice, and that will put them in order. And so you should be seeing, it's going to go, when you click it twice, but that's a way to get them all at the top. So like I'm seeing my auto ships for November 15th, November 5th, and the most important one, which is the next one, is October 25th. So that is for sure. Anybody who has an auto ship on the 25th, I want you to put their name in your 54321 on Wednesday. You are going to be contacting these people on Wednesday the 23rd. You're not going to wait until the night before with 30 minutes to go to rush them through this process. You're going to contact them on Wednesday. You're going to let them know that you see they have an auto ship coming up, that you've got, I don't know, what do you got for them? Maybe you've got, you want them to know that there's a new flavor shake, pumpkin spice is out. Maybe you have $5 credits or $10 credits for them being a super loyal customer. Maybe you want to remind them that this is the month to order the breast cancer awareness DFT. No matter what it is that comes to your mind or that is relative to them, make sure you contact them on Wednesday, if not sooner, and get the conversation started about how could they change up their order. How are they feeling? Because you guys, if they're not feeling amazing, start asking questions. Dig into that. Why aren't they feeling good? Maybe they're still not sleeping good. Maybe we need to think about rest gel for a month. Maybe they got a lot of stress or something going on. They're having trouble turning their brain off. Maybe they are starting to get really cold and get tempted by coffee and Starbucks and all the mocha chocolatas or whatever. Talk to them about cafe. Maybe they just started working out for the first time and they're run down and they're not used to this feeling. Talk to them about Circulate. Talk to them about Blast. Talk to them about taking a shake a day. There are so many conversations to be having with your customers, but if you don't reach out and start the conversation, it's not going to happen. So your job as a promoter is to make their experience the best possible, and that's the only way it's going to happen. So make sure you've got your names from your report at least on the 23rd, which is Wednesday, so that you can get them all set up for their auto ships on the 25th. And sometimes I will even go look ahead like to November 5th, and I'll still reach out to that person and say, hey, just want to make sure, I know you're on for the 5th. October is for sure the breast cancer awareness month because maybe they missed it. And just make sure they don't need something now or want to bump it up now. I'm assuming we'll have them after October, but I don't know that for a fact, and I hate to lie to somebody, right? So that's for sure one thing you've got to reach out for. The next thing that you want to make sure you're reaching out for this week is letting people know that Sculpt is coming. And when I say let people know, it doesn't just mean let people, like this isn't just like a hey, Sally, they've got this new product, Sculpt, coming out. Every customer who's on your list, as in they've created an account, let them know Sculpt is coming. Yes, Lavelle has sent emails. Yes, Lavelle has done stuff on Facebook. That does not mean your customer saw it. Also, your team needs to know that Sculpt is coming out on the 24th. And I cannot stress to you enough, just because they're a promoter does not mean they have a clue what is happening this week. Let them know, especially if they're what I call the non-promoting promoters. So jot down, I'm going to give you a couple minutes. I want you to think about the people on your list who need to know about Sculpt. Who exercises? Who has weight loss as a goal? Who has long-term health as a goal? Because amino acids are not just for weight loss. I'm throwing that out there, Lavelle. Think of these people and start jotting some of these names down. These could be some of the people you start talking to on Monday. So let's write some names down for Monday. And again, these names can come from your head, but you guys, you've got your cloud office at your fingertips. Those are the people. I would go through your level 1s and 2s, promoters for sure. And I would be going through your customers right now to see who you need to talk to about Sculpt coming out. You guys keep writing. Something that just popped in my head too is don't forget we still have the double triple going on. So I'm assuming you're still working on that. I know I am. And I already have some names written down of people that I want to follow up with again tomorrow who have said they're interested in ordering the $400 pack, but I don't have the actual order yet. So that means their name goes on my list. So if you're working with anybody and they have not yet put their order in and they've mentioned that they might want to do that, now's the time to make sure you write their name down. For those of you that are like, okay, I've got my names down, one thing that we always do every week, and if you're not doing it, you're just missing the boat. Log into your Facebook right now, go under your calendar and find out whose birthday is coming up this week. I used to try to just hop on like the day of, and I would write down those names and I would push them a day forward so that I actually contacted them a day after their birthday, if that makes sense. But some days I forget to do it, or I screenshot it and I screw the whole thing up. So it's just easier to go in there and jot them down now. Just get the names in there. Facebook's going to tell you all the names you need. And then it's up to you. Some people like to do it the day of, a day before, a day after, whatever the heck works for you. I know we've talked a lot about birthday reach outs on here. It's literally just the easiest open door for you to shoot someone a message and contact them. So don't shy away from birthday reach outs. So hop on Facebook right now. I'm going to do it with you. We're going to go to events. We're going to go to calendar, and then hot damn, here's all these birthdays coming up of all these people this week. For those of you that might be in a hurry or you're just a little bit more savvy, you can screenshot these, whatever works. This is also a great time when you're going through the birthday reach outs to unfriend people, as harsh as that might seem. If you're coming across birthdays of people you haven't spoken with, or maybe you've got too many Thrivers on your feed, now is a good time to do a little house cleaning. Gosh, I got a lot of birthdays this week. That's exciting. Those are the best to me. Those are just like the freebies. Oh, somebody by the name of Crystal tried to get on and she says she can't get on. I'm recording. Okay. All right. Birthdays. Get those birthdays written down. Sonia, where under events do you find the birthdays? I'm not seeing them, just events. Now, I will say I have an Android. I totally love my Android. For you, let me see. Sandra's got her. Sandra, can you tell her on the iPhone?
Okay, on the iPhone, you have to go to scroll to where it sent you today's birthdays. And then when you click those, then you can see who has birthdays that you missed or the birthdays coming up. So when you get the notification of who has birthdays today, okay, find that notification from this morning.
All right, thank you. So that is something to keep in mind, you guys. Whenever if I'm saying something that doesn't make sense on your phone, let me know, because I do have the Android. And we have plenty of people on here that have iPhones. We can always chime in like we just did with Sandra and fix that. All right, so I'm going to let you guys keep looking for your birthdays, but I'm going to start talking to you a little bit about how to use your social media to churn up some reach outs. So you can go, I have one in front of me here. I just pulled it up on Pinterest really quickly. You can go into Pinterest. You can probably go into Google too, but I don't know, Pinterest, I like the way it makes everything. And type in social media calendar. And you can get all kinds of free social media calendars. So basically I have a quick one here in front of me. There are some days where I'm like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to talk about today. Maybe I'm really, really busy at work, or maybe I'm in a funk and I don't want to talk to anybody. Do you ever feel like that? And then you're like, crap, I got to do a Facebook post and be amazing. To me, a social media calendar is a great pitch hitter for you, because you don't even have to really think. You just have to read. So I'm going to read some of these off to you. And the thing I like about a calendar, I could easily, this is the one I'm looking at, I could easily just use this one all the time, or I could go find new ones. but it's nice that someone else took the time to try to mix things up. So for example, this is supposed to be a 30-day calendar based on one post a day. So I would probably overlap this somewhat, or maybe I would use, like, if it says the first, I would use that on Facebook, but then maybe go to like the 5th and use that on Instagram. So it's kind of, all over the place. So for example, share a blog post. I don't have a blog, but I do follow a lot of blogs. And so it's very easy for you to find. And here's the thing. Don't just think you have to share a blog post about vitamins or about health and wellness. Whatever blogs you love to read, maybe it's about fashion, maybe it's about gardening, maybe it's about childcare, whatever the heck floats your boat. There's a million people out here who also have their boat floated by the same thing. So share that. Share a blog post that you love. Don't just blindly share a blog post, okay? Make sure you've read it. Make sure you actually have feelings about it, and tell people why you love it and why you wanted to share it with them. That's the kind of post that will get like-minded people in your comment section. And that's where you can then take those comments, or the people, the people who take time to comment to you, those are the people you need to reach out to. And again, let's say you share a gardening post and somebody comments on that. That does not mean I'm then going to go in and be like, hey, Lisa, I saw you commented about those tulips. Have you heard of Thrive? No, I'm going to build a relationship probably based on gardening now with my friend Lisa, right? So think outside of your Thrive world, because prior to Thrive, you were a human and you had lots of interests. If you think real hard, you're going to remember that because of Thrive, those interests that you had became even bigger. Because why? Because now you had time and energy to do them. I have always loved gardening, but nothing like what I've loved it the last 4.5 years, because now I have time and energy to do it, right? So think about those kinds of things. So sharing a blog post, inspirational quote. And I will tell you, I have noticed, and I think we've mentioned this a couple of times before, if you take the inspirational quote and type it in yourself, you get more interaction on that versus just sharing like a picture of an inspirational quote. And again, maybe put a little something, why that quote meant something to you, because it's going to mean something to someone else, not to everybody, but to someone else, and they might find common ground there enough to comment. And I can't stress enough, whenever you're doing any of these posts that I'm getting ready to talk about, try and end with a question, because you want people to try and respond. Here we are on day 3 of the month, and they say promote your website or your own personal blog. That could be a Thrive post, you guys. Holy moly, we've actually got a Thrive post planned in. Offer a quick tip. Share one of your favorite books. Share a fill-in-the-blank post. And you guys, these are so fun, the fill-in-the-blanks. And again, you can go to Pinterest and say social media fill-in-the-blank post and just keep scrolling until you find one that you think is fun. I think I did one a week or so ago about if you could only have 3 foods, what would they be? I still to this day can't get that post to die. Every blue moon it pops back up and someone answers it. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. Because once somebody sees it, then like 5 people comment, which is fine. It's good. That's what I wanted, right? But we're at some astronomical amount of comments, and I always make sure to comment back. So you got to remember social media is fun, but it is your job. So make sure you're commenting back. But a fill-in post is great. A client testimony. Oh, who said that?
Sorry, it's Lindsay.
Oh, there you are.
I was gonna say real quick that I absolutely love that calendar thing.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, another thing that I have been doing after we get off this Sunday night Zoom, thank you, Tammy, for doing them on Sunday nights. It kicks my week. Real quick is I pre-plan mine in my notes so that if I know I'm going to be busy, I don't have to think about it. Like I already go to Pinterest, type it out, have it in my notes, and I am ready to rock and roll. So just food for thought for people that are super busy, because we all are busy. Do it on Sunday night, copy, paste, you're done.
Yes. Thank you, Lindsay. And actually, I did mean to mention that earlier. As I'm reading these to you, some of these ideas, jot down the ones you like on a Monday, on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday. Like get your post planned for the week so that, like Lindsay just said, or like I was saying earlier, when you just don't even know what to say, you've already got it written down. Okay. Client testimonial, that could easily be a Facebook Lavelle story, right? A picture of a product that you offer. Share a candid photo of you or your team. So in my case, we had a local last week, and I do have some funny candids that I could easily throw back up. show a sneak peek or a teaser. That could be for Sculpt specifically this week. Ask a question. Just ask a question, you guys. Everybody's got an answer. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. Even when sometimes you don't ask a question, everybody has your answer. So take the time to ask a question and you'll have tons of interaction. Share a favorite resource or tool. So if there's something that you use, I did a Facebook Live a long time ago about an app that I was using to store my photos. And I got a ton of interaction from that because that is something that everyone struggles with. So if you've found the almighty upholstery cleaner or you've found the almighty coupon site, whatever the heck it is, share it with people. People love that. Highlight a beneficial blog of someone else. So again, that's just sharing someone else's information. Share one of your favorite websites. Tag a friend or someone that you admire, so a shout out post. Invite your community to sign up for XYZ. So if you're having like a festival at your church, or maybe you're having some sort of fundraiser in town, you could throw out that information and encourage people. I know right now we have a big election coming up, levy coming up. And so it's a great time to share, what side you're on as far as that goes. Post a pic of your workspace. Maybe not tonight, but maybe. Offer a discount or promo code. I don't know, post a selfie, share a funny meme. So anyway, the purpose of sharing these social media calendars with you are A, to let you know they exist. You do not have to come up with this all by yourself. That is not your job. The second thing is to point out to you that when you see, a calendar like this and it's telling you something to try, make sure you actually try it fully. Don't just, like I said, don't throw out, it always says throw out a blog, so throw out someone's blog post. Like actually make sure it's something you care about so you can start conversation. And like I was saying too, no matter what, always try to end with a question. Because for example, if on Monday the 21st, I'm gonna write down here, ask a question. So that's gonna be, at some point in time tomorrow, I'm gonna ask a question on whether it be Facebook, might be stories, might be Instagram, whatever it is. Because I'm asking that on Monday the 21st, I am now going to write down on the 22nd, follow up with those who answered the question. And I'm actually going to write that down. Should I know to do that? Yeah. But I'm going to write that down because that's how I make sure I do it, because knowing and doing are two very different things. So I'm going to follow up with the questions. On Tuesday the 22nd, I'm going to share a blog post. It's going to be about gardening, spoiler alert. And then on Wednesday, I'm writing follow up with garden post comments. Now, you might be able to follow up with them the day that you do it, and you might not. I don't know what your life is like. I don't know what your schedule is like. I don't know how often you try to be on or off social media. But that's the thing. Like if I'm super reactive all day long, I don't get my other work done. So if I pull back and say, okay, I'm going to make sure by tomorrow I follow up with all these people so I can get that book work done I was telling you about earlier that I don't want to do. So anyway, that's the idea. Say what, go ahead and commit to what your post on Monday will be and make sure on Tuesday you follow up with that post. Commit to what Tuesday's post will be. Follow up with that on Wednesday's post. So I think a lot of times, I'm going to kind of try to zoom in. We see this social media, right? 1, 2, 3. But you guys, this 1, 2, 3 is where all of this should start coming from. There is no reason this is me being a promoter talking. There is no reason to spend time on social media unless you are starting conversations or getting interaction with people. Yes, I love to sit and scroll sometimes, and I love to see, whose baby got a haircut and what dog they got from the pound. I love that stuff, but that does not make me any money. So when I really look at my job on social media, those 3 check marks at the end of the day, they shouldn't just be check marks. It should just be, oh, I put a Facebook post out. Well, whoop-de-doo. What did your Facebook do for your business today? So that's what I want you guys to really start wrapping your mind around. And let's go back to how we started the whole thing, designing your daily routine. Put in there your social media work time. When would you like to do that? Would you like to do that first thing in the morning and then go back and check it at night? Would you like to do it on your lunch break and then check it the next day on your lunch break? Do not live for Facebook notifications. Live for Messenger, live for text, live for that phone to ring, Mine doesn't really ring, but you know what I mean? Live for that, but do not live for the Facebook notification. It is important to go back in to check your posts and to answer questions. So important. But you don't need to be on there all day. You don't need to be sitting there typing constantly to people. That is not going to do what you want it to do. That's just going to suck up a lot of your time. And I don't know about you, but I'm the first person, if I'm sitting on my phone or my computer and I'm doing the scrolling thing, my energy literally starts to just wash away. And I will have to be like, oh, self, put it down, go outside, go put in a load laundry, go do something, but get away from the phone. So by laying out your ideal day, wrapping your IMs around that and making sure somewhere in your ideal day, because if your idea of a great full-time job is being a promoter, somewhere in there, you're going to need to plan in your social media time. And I'm not saying you can't crawl into bed later and like scroll and fall asleep. That's cool. Do whatever, as long as you've spent your dedicated social media time using social media to create connections. Now, there's one more thing I want to cover really quick on social media connections that lead to talking with people. And then we should be getting close to time for questions. The event, and again, I'm going to do this for my Android. So if you need iPhone directions, let me know. I'm going to go into Facebook. I'm going to go into events. And I'm going to hit the explore button, which for me, it's up at the top. And there's going to be a little, what's the little mic, not a microphone, you know, the magnifying glass. I'm going to hit the magnifying glass and I'm going to type in my city that I live in. So you could be doing this as well. And it's going to pull up, well, for some reason it went to, I think I've hit a wrong page. Oh, here we go. So I got to hit events again. So now I'm seeing all kinds of events that are coming up in around Lebanon, Ohio, where I live. We've got Halloween party. There's a flea market at the post office. There's a bingo fundraiser. Mammograms on the go. That would have been nice. There's a social media workshop coming to the Historical Society in Lebanon. So anyway, and there's a past event of mine. Here's my point. Those are all places that people will be at. And the product that I sell is used by people. So if I take the time to find out where these events are, put them on my calendar, because that's what we're doing today is looking at our calendar. And I'm not saying I can go to all of these. You can't go to all of these, right? It's okay, but maybe one a week. And you guys, this is coming from the girl who absolutely does not like to be in a room full of strangers. I prefer to walk into a room with my two best friends, one on each arm, maybe even a third in front to block the view, but you got to put yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable, and that is how you will grow. So, you know, this black bag bingo, I'm going to just click on it. So this is at the Banquet Center right here in town. It's for a fun girls' night out. There's admission to be paid. I can't see it. It's a fundraiser for somebody. Nonetheless, there's going to be a bunch of ladies playing bingo, and they look like ladies my age. So that's something that I should probably try to get my butt to, right? So same for you. I want you to go through your events right now, pick up your phone or your computer, whatever your second device is, go into events, get to the little magnifying glass, search your hometown, and find an event. This is actually not happening until November 2nd, but that's good that I found it today. I think several of us in Lebanon, hint, hint, all you ladies' faces I'm looking at, we should go to that. That'd be fun. It's a Saturday night. All right. Now, just like that, but not quite, you're also going to go to your search for Lebanon, and you are going to type in, you're going to look for groups. So sometimes these will just be online groups that pop up in Facebook, and sometimes these will be actual, like, you know, groups that get together in real life, not social media life. And again, this is one of the things that I did earlier this year that totally made me want to puke a little bit in my purse before I walked in. But I joined the garden club, and I went and I met a bunch of people. They were a bunch of strangers. Turns out they were super nice. I was worried for nothing. But I've made a ton of connections through joining a club. So again, I have a full-time job on top of this. It's not that I'm joining 8 clubs this week and going to 10 events this week. I mean, maybe down the road, that'll be my life. I don't know. But try to pick one thing If it's one new group a quarter, like I wouldn't want to join garden club 1 month and then another club 1 month. That's a lot, because you want to get into the club and you want to get active with the club. And maybe it doesn't even have to be a club, you guys. It could be like your church. It could be your kid's school, and I know some moms are like, no, I don't want to be, but maybe you want to get more involved. Maybe that's how you're going to meet more people, because let me reiterate, the product that we sell is used by people. The best way to meet people is in real life. We can connect to them all we want on social media. And I'm not saying you can't have customers through just Facebook or Instagram. It happens all the time. But to have a real strong connection with somebody face to face, it goes a long, long way. So anyway, please plan out your post. Make sure you're doing your birthday reach outs. Do not let your auto ships go by without contacting these people. Don't be afraid. What if they cancel this month? Find out why. Maybe money's a problem. Let's have them thrive for free. Maybe they didn't feel great. Why didn't they feel great? Maybe something's going on. These are your customers. Learn about them. So make sure you contact them, and don't forget Sculpt's coming out. Use your social media for work first, and then you can play later if you want, but don't let it suck the life out of you during the day. We have 7 minutes if anybody has anything they want to talk about. If not, Sandra's been to the bingo before. Okay, I think it'd be fun. If anybody has a question, you can wave your hand. If I can't see your face, you can unmute yourself and ask. All right, otherwise we're good. I hope this helped get you ready for the week. It's a big one. It's a big one. Sculpt's coming. It's a big one. And don't forget Double Triple. And if you're on my team in particular, don't forget we'll be back here tomorrow night for our team Zoom. Bye, guys. Thanks.